Welcome back to this week's installment of the Shrine Showcase. This is the series where we go over the survivor perks featured in this week's Shrine of Secrets so you don't have to. This week's featured perks are Teamwork, Power of 2, and Autodidact. If you're just looking for my quick thoughts, to new players, I wouldn't buy either of these perks. Autodidact can be very annoying, and Power of 2 is decent at best. To more experienced players, however, we're going to do what we always do, and that's find ways to use these perks and get the most out of them, no matter how bad they are. These perks are no exception, so let's just dive into it. Teamwork Power of 2 is the third of Talita Lyra's 3 teachable perks. It's hard to keep up with you, but it doesn't stop people from trying. When you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor you healed, or until one of you loses a health state. It then can only be triggered once every 140 seconds. It also cannot stack its effects. Starting with Teamwork Power of 2, just reading it line by line. Whenever you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster. Let's just pause there. 5% haste is good. There's no reason you shouldn't want 5% haste. Simply pure good. It's when you keep going that the problems start, as long as you stay within 12 meters of a survivor. At this point, it's asking you now to just tie a rope around your teammate's neck and kind of hold on for dear life to stay within that 12 meters, because if you don't, you're just smacked with a 140 second cooldown before you're even allowed to heal another teammate to start reactivating the perk. Also, that's assuming if you can stay within that 12 meters all the time, you're only getting 5% speed, and if either of you take damage, it's gone anyway. In a solo queue setting, there is no reason you should ever run this perk. The odds of even having one teammate coordinate enough to get any value out of it are slim to none. With a friend playing duo queue, you're much more likely to get consistent use out of this perk. However, just running Blood Pact does everything you'd want from Power of 2, but better. And that is unfortunately how this perk is best summed up. The advantage it offers isn't good enough when compared to just similar perks, let alone all perks when you're limited to just 4. It's too niche for too underwhelming a reward. If you want to see what it looks like when Teamwork Power of 2 is used effectively in a Survive with Friends setting, I recommend JRM's video, link in the description. Don't buy it, it's just bad, save your shards. Autodidact is the third of Adam Francis's 3 teachable perks. You start the trial with a negative 25% progress penalty for skill checks to heal other survivors. For every successful skill check while healing another survivor, you receive a token up to a maximum of 5 tokens. Each token grants you a plus 15% progress bonus. Great skill checks cannot be performed while using Autodidact. Autodidact is not active while using a medkit to heal. Autodidact is best described as a glass cannon. The benefits to running this perk are undeniable. You gain stacks by completing skill checks while healing teammates. Each stack instantly progresses the heal bar by 15%. You're capped out at 5 stacks. If it sounds amazing, it's because it is, and you didn't hear me wrong. At full stacks, each skill check progresses your current healing progress by a capped 50%. By adopting a more altruistic playstyle, you'll single-handedly keep your team alive every game. Surely there's a reason this isn't the most broken perk to ever exist, right? Unfortunately, Autodidact has counterplay. First off, that 50% cap is only in place because your first 2 skill checks actually remove heal progress. You start at minus 25% and each skill check adds 15, maxing out at 50% with 5 stacks. Well, okay, you might be saying, that's not so bad. Well, let's keep going. Reaching full stacks isn't always easy. Occasionally, teammates for any number of reasons won't let you heal. Maybe they brought their own medkit, and no amount of crouch spamming will persuade them from running off into a corner of the map and healing 33% slower, specifically so you don't get your stacks for Autodidact. Sometimes you just load into a game, and it's a killer you want to stay injured, like Plague with no Thanatophobia. That's a thing, right? Or Legion? Anyways, you can get into any number of situations where you might be able to benefit, maybe sometimes, if you're lucky. That's kind of the whole point of this perk. The real kicker comes from the randomness of skill checks. In any situation where healing isn't entirely safe, having less than 3 stacks isn't beneficial, and 2 is actually purposefully negatively impactful. This may put you in a situation where you can't pick up a teammate or don't finish a heal in time because of an untimely skill check. I say may because who knows? It's random. You might get it, maybe you won't, who knows? Even using what little you can to increase skill check likelihood you can still be entirely countered by just what feels like bad luck. It'd actually be better if it was luck, because it would be tied to the luck mechanic, and then you could improve it with offerings. It can and will entirely ruin games for you on occasion. That's just something you're going to have to live with if you want to run this perk. If you saw my video a few weeks back about Empathic Connection, you'll already know this perk really shines with its synergy, as its effects don't interfere with healing perks like Botany and Will Make It. You can also see huge benefits when combined with Deadline, the new Alan Wake perk that increases the likelihood of triggering skill checks when injured. Since I released that video, I've tweaked with the build a bit. I'm now back to using a medkit instead of self-care, as I was constantly healing myself by mistake during teammates' unhook iframes. I experimented with boons instead of Empathic Connection, but couldn't find as much success in bringing teammates to me, so for now, Empathic stays. I'm still trying to decide if Empathy is better or completely unnecessary, so if you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear them down in the comments. Please let me know. For players who wish to experience the highest highs and lowest lows, this perk is really fun in moderation. You should pick it up before Tuesday at 11. It's a friendly reminder of randomness and how much it can sway a game's outcome in any given moment. But anyways, guys, that's my thoughts on this week's Shrine of Secrets. I was not expecting to have that much to say about Autodidact. Please feel free to let me know your thoughts on both of these perks down in the comments. And until the next one, peace.